Year 6 and welcome to Tuesday's reading lesson. Now, I have already had some children emailing me to say how excited they are about this text in reading, and they have even said they are definitely going to read the book once we have finished picking it apart this week. So I am so pleased. I knew you would all absolutely love it, so that's fantastic. Well done if you're getting really into it this week. So obviously today is Tuesday and it is looking at our vocab. So the words that I have selected from the extract this week are deceived, extraordinary, foreseen, gibbered and regularity. Now, as always, we would like you to obviously write the word down, define it, which means think about what it means. Now, we don't want you to use a dictionary because lots of words have got many different meanings, so it's not always what it says in the dictionary, or you might, if there's 3 options in the dictionary, you might write down the wrong one. So what we want you to do is use the text and use the words around you to figure out what it means. So when it says define it, write down what it means in your own words. Examples, we want you to find the example in the text and write it down. Use it in your own sentence. Synonyms, you know what this means by now, Year 6, words which mean the same or similar, and antonyms, we know that means words which are the opposite. Now, there's not always antonyms. For example, if we're looking at certain nouns, there's not always an antonym, but there are for a lot of other words. Okay, so let's have a look at an example that I have put together for you. So I have chosen the word deceived. Okay, so the first one from the list. So what I've done is I've highlighted it in the text there, as you can see, and then I've also underlined the sentence that it is in, so it makes it easier for me when I am doing the different parts to do with the word. So when I'm writing the sentence, I can quickly see it. So the word deceived, let's read the sentence around it. I owe it to my family and to my friends, all of whom I've deceived for so long, to tell the truth about my long disappearance, about how I lived to come back from the dead. Okay. So I have written my word deceived there, and now when I'm thinking about what it means, I have put purposely making someone believe something that isn't true. So what I did is I read around it. So it says, I owe it to my family and to my friends, all of whom I have deceived for so long, to tell the truth about my long disappearance. So because it says there that I now owe it to them to tell them the truth, then I'm thinking, well, obviously deceived means that you've not told them the truth. So I've deceived them for so long. So I've not told them the truth for so long. Okay, and that's what I put there. Purpose of making someone believe something that isn't true. So the narrator in this, they've told them something which isn't true. They've made them believe it. Now in the dictionary, if you did look, you would get a definition similar to that. Or you might get something similar, but it might be the whole deceived me. And in that instance, it might mean it was actually deeper than you thought. So if you're on the beach one day and you dig a hole, or you've dug a hole, and it might be the hole might be quite deceiving. And that means that it's giving you the impression that it's not that deep, but it really is really deep. So that's why we don't really want you to use a dictionary. We want you to read around it because it depends what context, and that means it depends what sentence and what setting the word's said in. So it can mean deceiving, it can mean it gives you the wrong impression, but in this instance it means that someone, the narrator, has purposely made someone believe something that isn't true. For the example there, I've just literally lifted it from the text, Year 6. That's it, I've just lifted it. And I've wrote it down there. I'm not going to read it out. You can see it is there. Now use it. So we want you to use the word deceived. So my example is, my friend had deceived me. It wasn't fun riding all the way to the woods. And I've used it in the same context as I put here. I've said that it means making someone believe something isn't true. So I'm saying that my friend made me believe it'd be fun riding all the way to the woods, and it wasn't. So when you're doing your use it example, try and do it in the same way that it is in the text as well. Right, so then synonyms, so words which mean the same. Well, I just had a think, and I just thought, right, which words make you mean the same as making someone believe something isn't true. So I've got mislead, you might mislead someone, dupe and delude. Okay, and then antonyms for the opposite. Well, the opposite of making someone believe something that isn't true is being honest, isn't it? And telling them the truth. So that's what I put there for antonyms. So I've already done the first one for you. So you've got the others to do. So deceive, still haven't got deceive because you might use a different example, you might use a different synonym, different antonyms, you might define it slightly differently. So your words are deceived, extraordinary, foreseen, gibbered, and regularity. And don't forget we would like the word, the definition, the example, use it in a sentence, synonyms and antonyms. And if you would like, if it'll help you, you can draw a little picture as well for each word. If it will help it stick in your memory, then feel free to draw a little diagram as well. Okay, then year 6, off you go with your vocab work, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.